Welcome to our series on organizational contracts that consists of 3 parts. In this first video, we'll explore the types, levels and importance of organizational contracts in today's workplace. In the second part, we'll discuss psychological contracts and their impact on employees and organizations. And in the third, final video, we'll explore how transactional analysis, developed by Eric Berne, can be applied for better understanding and managing organizational contracts. When you hear the word contract, what is the first that comes to your mind? Usually it's a document with work conditions like working hours, salary, bonus system, days of vacation, notice period and other legal stuff, but that's just a surface of an iceberg, and I want to show you more to make your life in companies more conscious and easier in the future. Hey there, my name is Sergey and I'm a professional psychologist and agile coach. Let's start with a definition. Organizational contracts are agreements that define the relationship between employees and their organizations. The most common types are administrative and professional contract. They represent different aspects of the relationship between employees and organization. Here's a brief explanation of each along with their differences. First one is administrative contract. This type of contract refers to the formal, legally binding agreements between an employee and employer. It outlines the terms and conditions of employment, including job responsibilities, working hours, compensation, benefits, and termination causes, for example. Administrative contracts are typically documented in writing and are enforced by the law. The second type of contract is professional contract. A professional contract focuses on the ethical and professional obligations that employees have towards their organization, colleagues, and profession itself. It involves adherence to industry standards, professional codes of conduct, and organizational policies. Professional contracts may not always be legally binding, but are crucial for maintaining a positive reputation and high standards within a profession. Example of a good professional contract is when required accountability and role responsibilities match your skills, knowledge, desire to learn new and grow in your current profession. Usually you discuss it during the interview process. And the third type of contract is psychological contract. It refers to the unwritten expectations, beliefs and obligations that exist between employees and their organizations. We will fully cover this topic in the next video. Aside from the types, we have levels of organizational contracts. There are 3 of them: individual level, group level and organizational level. Let's start with the individual one. So, contracts at this level focus on the relationship between an individual employee and the organization, and the individual employee and a team in case if he or she is a part of the team. It might include individual performance goals, training and development plans, performance evaluations, and etc. In a team, it's expectations about role responsibilities from other teammates and in the opposite direction. Second one is group level. These contracts involve agreements between groups of employees or teams within an organization. For example, it's an agreement between Scrum team and a team of designers in case when they are separated in organizational structure. Or if we build a large-scale Scrum and we develop a product or service with multiple teams. If you ever made a workshop on team agreements, that is an example of the group level contract. And the organizational level. Contracts at this level pertain to the overall organization, including its mission, values and culture. It might be a code of conduct, diversity and inclusion policies, and company-wide performance goals. Do you have your contracts all in place in your organization? Let me know in the comments below. And the bonus part of this video is another 2 types of contracts: primary and secondary contract. Sometimes people forget, or the company forces them to forget, that contracts or agreements can and should be reviewed from time to time. For example, if the professional level of an employee has increased and a person does more work than at the beginning of their collaboration and cooperation, but his salary is still remaining at the same level. The primary contract is concluded at the beginning of cooperation, and the secondary contract is a revised primary contract. And you can make an agreement with your manager how often you inspect and adapt them. I got a question for you. What do you think? If the management ignores to review salary, work conditions, job requirements, how long will you work in a such company? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments, and I would love to hear them. In conclusion, by understanding the different types and levels of organizational contracts, both employees and employers can work together to create a mutual beneficial work environment. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll deep dive into psychological contracts. Bye bye!